A beautiful Tuesday morning to you out there. This is UNIUYO 100.7 FM, and you're on to Newspaper Review on your number one campus radio. Newspaper Review is a news and current affairs program that comes up every weekday, Monday to Friday at 8 to 9 a.m. I am Jimmy Jackson, welcoming you to the show. Today, I'm not going to be doing this alone. I have an analyst joining us on the program this morning, talking about Ize Fields. Good morning, Ize Fields, and welcome to Newspaper Review.
Good morning, Mr. Jimmy. Good morning, Akwebomite. Good morning, UNIUYO. I would say it's quite really nice to be part of the show today, being the first day in the month of December. And it's good to be back. Mr. Jimmy, you are looking so handsome this morning.
Thank you so much, Ize Fields. Well, you can be part of the program by calling the studio line 0701 070 or 081-883-6262. Better still, head straight to our Facebook page, facebook.com/UNIUFM. Like our page and actually drop your comment. So there's actually a post that actually would be talking about the headlines. So we'll be talking about today on the program. Okay. Yes, you can also watch us live. Watch Jimmy Jackson live as it feels right in the studio. Hit me up on social media, facebook.com Jimmy Jackson, and you will to see us live right here in the studios. Okay, starting off this morning. Yes, we're going to start from the local scene, but it's really a sad incident, if you ask me. As yes, this story for me is quite disheartening. I don't know how to phantom it, but as a Akwa Ibom woman kills mother, dismember body.
I think
Quite sad there.
This is a really sad story right there. When I saw this story, I was wondering what really went wrong. So I believe one thing we could have said here, I think the woman needs to be subject to a test to
What type of
see.
face are you looking at?
We need to test her mentally to know that she's mentally stable.
Okay.
Because someone with his right sanity wouldn't do that to his own mother. So I think one thing the government need to do here is to subject the woman to sanity test, and if they discover that she's mentally stable, then that's when they can make her to face the full wrath of the law. But it's quite a sad one for the family.
Quite a sad one. And one would ask what would have made somebody want to kill the mom.
That's why I said the woman needs to be subject to sanity tests.
Okay.
Because someone in his right senses, Jimmy, just look at it. This is your mom. No matter what you're facing, nothing warrants that. So the woman needs to be subject to that. When they discover that, okay, this is what caused, and they need to put her into questioning. What might have caused you to do this? What provoked you to this? Because there is nothing you go through in life. People are going through a lot of stuff. And we can't say, because of you going through this, you now go to do some vices in the society. And these vices you are perpetrating is against your own blood.
Okay.
So the best the government could do, get her to run a sanity test on her. Then if they discover that she is stable mentally, then she should face the wrath of the law.
Okay, 0701 0701007 or 081-883-6262 is the number you can join the conversation this morning. This is Newspaper Review on your number one campus radio, UNIUYO 100.7 FM. Still talking about security and crime. Borno killings outrage as presidency says slain farmers never got military clearance. Ize Fields, these statements was credited to the senior special assistant to the president on Media Gaba show. What would you have to say about this?
Definitely. I expected the presidency to come out and defend herself. And one way of doing it is them blaming the dead.
Okay.
I think one thing the question I want to raise here is, were these farmers given the orientation they are supposed to get the clearance before going into this area? That's the question they need to come and tell us. We know that most of those parts are war-prone areas right now, although the Boko Haram said has been defeated according to our security chiefs. But the farmers, to go back to their places, they still need clearance from the army. I think it's a good one. But the question is, the media officer of these security outfits, how are they going about informing these farmers that they need to come get clearance? And if you get to most of these areas, how many of them are literate enough to know that they are supposed to come get the clearance? So they need to step down to these farmers level, get them to be orientated that they need to come get the clearance. Okay, those that have died. How about those that are living? How many of them have been informed that they need to come get clearance before they go back to their where they get their source of living, which is farming?
All right, then, as if you're still staying with this, don't you see these as a potential, threat to food security in this country?
Definitely. It's a threat to food security. Some times back, we had shortage in onions.
Okay.
And onions normally comes from that part.
Okay.
So these are some of the questions we need to raise. How many of these farmers are aware? This is where these people live from. This is where they get their livelihood. So if you want them to get clearance before getting back to their farm, okay, what are the plans by the federal government being put in place that if you can't farm in your farm, the one you had because of the warring of the Boko Haram sect, you were displaced, what are the parameters being put by the federal government to substitute for that?
Okay. 0701070107 or 0818836262 is the number you can join in the conversation this morning. This is Newspaper Review on your number one campus radio. Jimmy Jackson is feels right here in the house. He was talking security this morning as we saw gruesome killings right there in the northeast, in Borno State, at the weekend, and it's actually been a talking point. But before we move away from that particular story, the fields, governors, senators, PSC, others seek a rejig of security architecture. It's the fields we have talked about security and have the calls for, the head of security apparatus in the country to, either step aside or be removed. And now with these, everybody calling for the rejig of the security architecture. What do you think the federal government should do at this point? Because it seems like everybody has come out to say the same thing, but the federal government still insisting that the security agencies are doing their job.
Jimmy, if you look at this particular headline, it keeps recurring. Every time we have newspaper headlines in our country, security is one of the paramount things that the masses require from a government.
Okay.
But we keep finding most of the security chiefs wanting. If you can still remember, there were time back then that the security chiefs were being called to be sacked. So now, if you look at, we are getting into the festive period. We just had a protest against a security outfit.
Okay.
So the big question is, what is the government doing? Going back to the drawing board and bringing out a new architecture for this security outfit, and who are those that are being put in place to man this security outfit? If they are found wanting, they should be fired. We are talking of security here. These are lives. And there are no two ways about this thing. If you can't provide security for the citizens, if you look at the case of the farmers being killed there, and the security chiefs coming out to defend themselves that the masses didn't get clearance, it's quite sad. It's very sad. And I would say, Jimmy, we need to go back to the drawing board.
Okay.
Just like the many people are advocating right there. We need to go back to the drawing board. After re-strategizing and getting a good architecture, we also need to look at who are the manpower that will man these strategies that are being adopted.
Okay. 0701070107 or 0818836262. This is the number you can join the conversation this morning.
Sir?
Hey,
Yes, I'm joining you.
Alright, you can hit us up on our studio line 0701070107 or 0818836262, or better still, head straight to our Facebook page, like a page, drop your comment. Okay, yes, while we're still talking security, one of our analysts walked into the studio talking about Felicia Mark Anthony. Well, I think I'll just allow her take a breather, and I'll actually get her up, to join in the conversation this morning. All right, this is still Newspaper Review on your number one campus radio. Moving away from the security this morning, I don't know if Felicia would have something to say with security as the governors, Nigerian governors, senators, and then the police service commission, others seek for rejig of security architecture in the country. Felicia, welcome to Newspaper Review today.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry for coming late.
All right. Okay. So security. What do we have to say briefly?
We've been talking about this since yesterday, and it's quite sad that each time this type of thing happens, the presidency is always expressing shock. I don't know when they're always expressing shock.
Okay.
These things keep happening, and each time it happens, we're always seeing the presidency is shocked. Yeah, we should actually stop being shocked and start working towards stopping the shock.
So are you of the opinion that security architecture in Nigeria should be rejigged?
Yes, I am.
Okay, 07010701007 is the number you can join the conversation this morning. Let's head straight to education. And the crisis in the University of Ibadan, yes, has been lingering for some time now. But yesterday we saw drama. I don't know if my analysts would see it as a drama. But again, Sanu's NASU members sweep Olayinka out of office. Ikanola is UI acting vice chancellor. It's a feels University of Ibadan. I don't know. I think that's one of the universities in Nigeria talking about the transition of vice chancellor in all federal tertiary institution that has been in the news for quite some time now. And finally, they have a new acting vice chancellor. What would you have to say about this particular one?
I would say,
and what portends for that particular university as somebody stepping in as in acting capacity?
Mr. Jimmy, I would say it was quite symbolic, looking at the way the tenure of the outgoing president ended and the way he was sent forth.
Okay.
You know, looking at those, the senior academic staff there, using broom to sweep his feet.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I would say, I would use the word you just used. It was quite a drama. But I think it symbolized something.
Okay. So what does that symbolize?
To me, I would say it was a way of a kind of cleansing that they were doing, sweeping his feet. Okay, we are cleaning the system.
But can we talk about the issues that is quite peculiar to the seat of vice chancellor in Nigerian universities?
I would want you to break that down.
Okay. Is it leadership, problem, or is it administrative problem?
I think it boils down from the top. I think it's an administrative problem here.
Okay.
So when you look at what transpired right there, I think, would I say we're there towing the line of the federal government, of the party that brought the in-sitting president into power? You know, the party used a broom. So I would say, were they doing that? Like, that broom symbolized a change. So this was a change in leadership. So I would say maybe it's a way they were showing that there was a change in administration in that university.
Okay, Felicia Anthony, still talking about UI and the acting vice chancellor that has actually been sworn in yesterday. He is to stay for the next 6 months, pending when a substantive vice chancellor will be, elected into that particular university. What can you say is the problem of leadership in Nigerian universities? Because SANU is actually one of the bodies that would always, want to say that they're not happy with the current leadership of the institution.
I think he said it's an administrative problem, but I actually feel it's an individualistic problem.
Really?
It has to do with the leader himself. Because who is the administrator? Who is the person dishing out the rules, the laws, the money? It's the VC, right?
Okay.
Felicia, when you say the person that dish out the law, this law doesn't just come into play. You don't come in with made laws from you.
Okay.
There are laws already, and you're the person to come in and help implement it.
That you help implement the law. Yeah. So these things will be broken down if you, as the VC, does not implement the law. If he says he will, then he will.
Definitely, there are checks and balances when it comes to power.
Okay.
And in a citadel of learning like this, where we have learned people, you can't just come and override on laws that are already been put in place. People will raise questions.
Okay. All right. 0701-070-1007 or 0818-36262 is the number you can join the conversation this
Jimmy,
morning.
before you move to the next story, I want to draw out a particular line, a quotation
Okay.
of what transpired there.
All right.
I quote, it says, "Why we are here today is not to dissipate energy or make noise, but to appreciate God, Almighty God, for seeing us through this tenure of Professor Olayinka."
Wow.
Look at that. Look at, they're appreciating God. And now, look at the next line.
Okay.
We suffered untold hardship under the watch of Professor Olayinka.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Ah,
Oh my God. It's like it's a celebration thing that this person is finally out. Like, thank
Out.
God.
But anyway, they say power is transcends, so definitely, well, that's happened. Okay, 0701070107 or 0818836262 is the number you can join the conversation this morning. And still talking about the University of UNIUYO today would be bidding farewell to the current vice chancellor. As of now, he's still the current vice chancellor of the university. Talking about Professor Nefio Kesien.
and I hope
SAN.
I hope they don't use broom here.
No, we won't.
Okay.
We won't.
Well, that's the words according to Ezefiel's. It's quite funny, but that is events. It will be taking place today, and that will be ushering in the new vice chancellor. Talking about Professor Daoyo. Yaudo, yes.
Yaudo.
Dayo, yeah. Right here in the University of UNIUYO. Congratulations to Professor.
Congratulations, Prof.
Congratulations, Prof.
But you made a statement. Let's just hope that we will not witness that. Okay. Well, we should be careful, right? 0701070107 or 0818836262. All right. Quite a sad one still with the education sector. Yesterday, according to the pro-chancellor of the University of Calabar, UNIUYO lost 1.3 billion naira property to looters hoodlums. As it feels, the entire protest brought untold hardship, brought tears to a lot of people, and especially institutions and individuals who are actually doing business. Now, looking at this 1.3 billion lost to hoodlums, looters, how would the university cope?
I think it's a really sad one right there. I was talking to one of the security personnel yesterday who was based in Calabar during the protest.
Okay.
And the guy was like, it was quite alarming, the properties that were destroyed during this protest. And the funny part is, people went around destroying government-owned property. So the question was, you are destroying government-owned property, and indirectly, these properties are owned by the people. The individual that are in power will transcend a particular time, and they will leave office. So all this, like the citadel of learning right there, is owned by the Calabar people, the Cross Riverians. So if you destroy it, it will affect you. Because definitely either your relative is in that school.
Okay.
And now look at the amount the VC is claiming, or I won't use the word claiming.
Okay.
Allegedly.
I won't use that word.
Allegedly.
Okay.
If you look at the amount, 1.3 trillion.
Who's going to pay?
That's the big question.
Okay. Felicia,
I hope it doesn't go down on the student.
It will definitely bounce back on the student. That is what they don't understand, because at the end of the day, you will start seeing different levies like COVID-19 levy.
Can we say it was students that actually looted those
We
properties?
can't say that.
You can't say
So
it.
why
can't-
would
we can't say
students
that
come and
for
pay
sure.
for something they don't?
That's the system.
That's the system.
That's
You can't
definitely
run away
what's
from
going
it.
to
And
happen.
when the students are being taxed, it boils down to their parents now, and they will start complaining that
Exactly.
the government is hard on them.
Okay, 0701070107 or 0818836262. This is Newspaper Review on your number one campus radio, UNIUYO 100.7 FM. Better still head straight to our Facebook, like your page, drop your comment, and we'll be doing justice to all of your comments right there on the Facebook. All right, let's talk some money right here on Newspaper Review this morning. Parallel market trades at 500 naira to $1 as CBN adjusts exchange rates. Eze, let me come to you on this. I think yesterday I saw a post from one of Nigerians artist, a musical artist, talking about Davido. He was complaining that he was shedding tears after changing dollar to Nigeria. He was the one that even made me to understand that dollar apparel market is at 500 naira. But what does this portend to the Nigerian naira? Because every day the naira keep depreciating. So what's happening?
I think it's quite a sad one right there, mostly for those that are running business that has to do with international market. It's really a sad one. And going to this festive period where everything is escalating, I think the federal government need to do something very drastic about this.
Okay.
Because if you look at the rate, the exchange rate right there, even at the black market where the dollar is being sold, it's still on the high side. Naira is getting weaker and weaker every day. So I think the federal government need to go back to the drawing board, look for a way to revamp our economy, so that the naira can gain more strength.
Okay. All right, Felicia, still staying with the naira, and since we were talking business this morning, beneficiaries of diaspora remittances to receive payment in dollar.
When?
According to the CBN.
And that will be, it will be good.
Okay. All right, still.
Jimmy, in as much as that would be good, but the big question is, how much will you be paying them?
Exactly. Yes, that's something.
How much will you be paying them?
If you say we'll be receiving in dollars, what's the amount we're talking about here?
They should try to spell out this thing to us, so that
tomorrow
they don't start giving us figures. Because there's this thing I saw on one of the reports yesterday. I wouldn't want to mention it. The amount was quite outrageous.
Okay.
So let them come out. You want to pay the people in diaspora? Tell us, how much are you paying them? If you are paying them in dollars, tell us. Let the masses know how you are spending their funds.
Okay. 0701070107 or 0818836262 is the number you can join the conversation this morning. Finally, on business this morning, federal government waives 1.3 trillion imports duty VAT. Felicia Mark, 1.3 trillion. This would have helped Nigeria go a long way, but waiving it, is it for a class kind of people? I don't know. But what do you have to say about this story?
Like you said, it would have helped Nigeria go a long way. Waiving it, I can't really comprehend. I don't know why. I don't know why they are taking such decisions, and we can't really tell the effects it will have on us.
Okay. All right, Zephyrus, you have anything to say on this?
Can you just say federal government just waived 1.3 trillion right there? What you just asked is a question. They need to come out and spell it out for us. Is it for a certain class of people? Or is it for all the importers? If we are looking for ways to generate funds to run the country, and you are waiving some way we are making some money, how do you expect to run the country? Or do we still look for ways of going to get loans again? Okay. So the federal government should come out and tell us, who are you waiving? Is it for all the importers? Then I could say it's a good one, because if you look at it, we just talked about naira compared to dollars at the trade market, and naira is weak. So then waiving this could be good for those running this market out there. But the question is, the money you are waiving, which other way do you intend to raise it?
Yeah.
0701070107 or 0818836262 is the number you can join the conversation this morning. All right, second to our last story this morning, NYSC stream 2 to resume camp December 3, says PTF. Edo 2020 shifted till early 2021. Felicia Mark, NYSC, people going for service, but Nigerian universities are still short.
Nigerian universities are still short. Final students are yet to do their clearance. So who is actually going for the NYSC?
Are you sure for
yes.
People are doing clearance.
Where?
Are you sure?
Where? I have friends, a lot of friends that they are yet to do their clearance. Even here in University of UNIUYO.
Is their results compiled?
Everything is ready.
So you can come now. I think non-teaching staff actually.
Not just in University of UNIUYO. We're not talking about University of UNIUYO.
Okay.
We're talking about generally.
Okay. Because I know that the only thing that can keep you in school, talking about clearance, should be, I think when you're not done with your exams or something like that. But I don't know, but I'm just asking.
Jimmy, I want to ask this question. Are private universities still closed?
State universities are in section. And you're
They are
asking
in
me.
section.
Yeah.
So the NYC program is for all Nigerians,
Oh,
whether
okay.
private. So it's only the public schools that
Okay,
are
okay.
public universities that
okay.
are closed here.
So they need to do fasting or something?
I don't know.
So
I
can
didn't-
we call ourselves unlucky for being in public schools?
Okay. You people don't have hope, right?
We have hope.
No, there's definitely hope.
There's
You wouldn't
hope.
say that on the first day of December. We have hope.
We have hope because we need to graduate, please.
All right, guys. This is Newspaper Review, and we're having so much fun right here in the studio. Yes, it's the Fields, Felicia Mark Anthony joining me today on the program. And don't forget, tomorrow, I know we have promised this interview over and over again. But we would have supposed to have had that interview today talking about the SANU chairperson, because she needs to come tell us if truly you talked about clearance. I think I have to include that. Yes, clearance,
please,
so that people will know what's up and the way forward for the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, University of UNIUYO chapter. So keep a date with us. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to have that interview 9:05 a.m. tomorrow, immediately after the news update. Okay, finally on Newspaper Review this morning, it's COVID-19 updates, where yesterday Nigeria recorded 145 new cases of COVID-19, still number 67,557. Okay, I know that we have to talk about this, but in 30 seconds because you need to run out of the studio. Okay, COVID-19 Nigeria and PTF talking tough. PTF allowed NYC, people to get back to camp. And I think what was postponed was the National Sport Festival due to COVID-19 till next year, which has affected a whole lot of stuff. What would you have to say about COVID-19 and Nigerians taking these virus seriously? Because it seems like definitely there's no COVID-19 to some people in Nigeria.
Definitely, there is COVID-19, I would say. Nigeria
Okay.
just have to keep following the preventive measures.
Okay.
Just because the fatality rate is not on the high side doesn't mean that you should ignore the NCDC preventive measures being put out.
Nigerians
So
don't know
Nigerians,
that. Nigerians don't know that
I
at
think
all.
that's one of the reasons we are here. So
Okay.
they need to know.
All right, that's where we have to call it a wrap today on Newspaper Review. I want to thank Izzy Fields, Felicia Mark Anthony for coming around on the program today. We'll be back tomorrow with another edition. Happy New Month, guys. And
Happy New Month.
a fun-filled December.
We made it.
Yeah, we made it, but again, I think Christmas Village. So please, you people should take me there.
I just wish they could talk about this Christmas village.
No, hopefully it gets to the news. I think we are hearing one of the Big Brother superstars. Okay. We just have to go. We'll be back tomorrow with another edition. Keep it with us. Have a fun few Tuesday. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, so what we news you